Yo, what's up guys, welcome to another video. As you can see, I've played the game for a little bit, and this game is absolutely amazing. I've just been having so much fun playing this game. Granted, I have been taking some breaks to go outside and like touch grass. I have a job as well, so less opportunities to play. But I do highly suggest this game if you're like on the fence about it. I already have like some crowns and everything. I already have 31 of the achievements. I'm almost HR 80. Obviously I've been playing the Greatsword a whole lot. I've been playing the Dual Blades some as well. But yeah, feel free to add me on this game. I play it a whole lot. Also, I recently got a new job. So if you watch the streams and everything, things are going to change pretty soon. For like how often I stream and everything. Because I'll have more of like a set in stone schedule now. Since I'm going... So whenever I do get those schedules, I'll post them on like my Discord server, which should be in the description. But yeah, for like the main part that I've been playing this game, for like endgame, I've just been trying to craft all these armor sets so I can have all the layered armors. So I can like start doing some fashion stuff and everything. Because I'm not like learning the weapons. I mean, granted, some of the weapons I don't know how to use at all, and I've been learning those. Like the bow, I didn't really know how to use in this game. The charge blade I still need to learn. I want to also play with the switch axe and the hunting horn and everything. The lance seems really, really good from how many times I've used it so far. I've really only mainly used it in like the tempered hunts and everything. Like tempered Arkveld and all that stuff, so I can get more Ardian weapon parts. And just recently I find, like, I'm still learning how all that stuff works and everything. Like, what's the most optimal way to go for the weapons and everything. Cause like, if you want to prioritize damage or affinity, that sort of stuff. And recently I did learn that for the bow you actually want to prioritize attack, because most of the stuff does not actually come from the element. Like, it's mainly just raw damage is where you're going to get most of your damage from. Quick little tip there. But yeah, I literally learned that like earlier today while I was like cleaning and everything. Something that's really interesting is like each one of these bows, they have like their own little what's it called, coating. So like the fire attack has close range, the dragon stuff is like, I think it's power coating or something. Yeah, it's power coating. For like ice, it has a different one, it's pierce coating. So I think like for ice, thunder, and maybe thunder dragon, I think thunder and dragon are the piercing ones, while water, fire, and ice are the power. Wait, flip that around. Dragon, thunder, I think is power. Fire, water, ice, I think is pierce. I could be wrong. I kind of forgot. But I mean, for the Ardian weapons are definitely the way to go for bow. I don't know a whole lot about the dual blades, I've just been using them. And Greatsword, I've been having a whole lot of fun doing like a sleep Greatsword I had at one point before I even unlocked Rarity 8 stuff, so I like deleted it obviously. But yeah, sleep Greatsword's really fun to use actually. And I know that at HR 100 you can just like forge the Ardian parts that you actually want, which I've been slowly getting there. Obviously I haven't been like grinding the game. I don't have like an insane amount of hours. There's already people at like HR, max HR. A lot of people that I know are already above 100 and more than that even. So I'm definitely like a lot lower compared to some people, I'd say. For sure. Also, if you're searching for SOSs, getting one of these is like so difficult because you have to like load in almost immediately. Otherwise you're not going to be able to actually join it, because most of them are going to get filled up like immediately, especially for tempered Arkveld, or like if they have multiple different monsters and stuff, because that's whenever you get like all the materials and everything. Like this one, do you see how many this is? But I mean, honestly, you're pretty much just better off doing your own, like posting your own one. Like I have this one, which is absolutely insane. I haven't even done the investigation yet because I did it in the field. But I mean, like, some of these are crazy. Like, there's definitely, like, a lot of grindy stuff to do if you actually want to play the game and not do, like, exploits or whatever. Because, you know, I think if you're doing an exploit on a video game, you're kind of just like ruining the fun for yourself, which is why I don't really do them. I really do just like playing the game how it's meant to be played. I mean, obviously there's going to be like the most optimal way that's not actually an exploit. But yeah, I just need people to play with, you know. I'm a part of some servers that I can play with people, but like, I don't know, I feel like it's more fun to play with my IRL friends. Since I don't really play games with them a whole lot. I kind of just like talk to them in real life sort of deal. Also, something that I absolutely love in this game is how they introduced the binoculars to where they can actually like see what size the monster is. For like people who crown hunt, or like people who just want to do all the achievements, that's actually huge, especially if you're on like console and you can't install mods. Oh, I don't think I restocked. I definitely did not. I don't even think I have like great potions. Also, like some of the people are having like just issues not running the game at all. I haven't really had that issue. I mean, right now I'm not using FrameGen, and it feels a little strange to say the least since I've been using FrameGen. But I mean, it looks like I'm running at a solid 60 FPS right now, which I'm absolutely fine with. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like having this little thing with the greatsword where like you can actually aim where you're gonna go is actually insane. I'm not saying this game's like really easy, because I mean obviously it's gonna be easy for like the newer player or the people who have already played the game, which is like the main complaint that I've been seeing is, oh, the game's too easy. And then you look at like what they do, and they're like actual content creators that have like hundreds of hours in the video game. And there definitely is like if you've played the older games, the newer games are gonna feel easier every single time, because you already have like that experience with the older games and all the weapons and everything, because they don't really change all that much. So I feel like the only real way to see if the game is too difficult or not is to either play it for yourself if you're a new player, or get the opinion of a newer player and see what they think. Because I know some people, like I said, some of my friends play this game, and honestly they struggle a lot more than I was, obviously. But yeah, I mean, like, to me this game does feel pretty easy, but saying that, I also have like 500 hours in World, you know? And it's only with the greatsword, and I've been using the greatsword. If you are an experienced player, what I would recommend doing, if you actually want to challenge, is to use a weapon you're not familiar with, like at all, like you've never used the weapon. That way you're learning a new weapon, 2, you're giving yourself more of a challenge. And then another thing that I would recommend is like not really using your sacred a whole lot, or like not bringing your palico with you, because the palico in this game is really, really good, and the sacred in this game really like saves you a whole lot of times. So if you really do want a challenge, that's what I would recommend. It's just not using those 2 things, or using a weapon that you're not familiar with, or even both, and you can make it like even more difficult. I don't really get the whole the game is too easy sort of thing, because difficulty is just like subjective. It's not really like oh, this game's gonna be too easy for everybody. Like there's always gonna be somebody that struggles, or like somebody that like breezes through the game. Like for Dark Souls games especially, some people will be like, oh, this one's easier than the rest of them, but that doesn't mean that it's still like an easy game. It's always going to be a difficult game, especially for people who are new to the video game. It's just going to be even more difficult if you've never played one before. But if you have played one before, it's going to be a little bit easier than if it was like your first game playing a Dark Souls, you know? I just really, really hope that they add underwater combat so much, because that wasn't something that I've been able to experience since my first game was World. And my only game is World as well. I mean, I have Rise, I've just never played it. I even have the DLC and everything because it was on sale. But I'm just really excited to see what they add. with like the updates and everything. And like every single time I get a TCS off, it's so satisfying too. And like so much of the stuff for the greatsword feels so rewarding. And like you even keep the charge on your like TCSs as well. It's like I could have just like instantly released it there if I actually wanted to. Let's actually see if I can break that wound. No, we're good. Cool. Oh, he got me. Yeah, I mean, without frame generation, I'm not... Even with frame gen, I'm not really experiencing that much delay. On my end, at least. Granted, I do also have, like, a pretty high-end PC, so that's probably a pretty big reason of why. Yeah, I mean, I've just been having a whole lot of fun with this game. I just really recommend that everybody plays it. The endgame stuff in this game is honestly pretty difficult if you're doing it solo. Like, you can still struggle and everything, even if you are an experienced player. And I'm by no means good at this game at all. So obviously I struggle probably a whole lot more than I should as an experienced player. I mean, the game's just so fun. And like, I love how Greatsword has a perfect guards for like literally no reason. Like, it has so many counter moves and everything. I would highly recommend Greatsword if you haven't played with it. It just like, you can be so aggressive with it, even more so than you could before. Especially with the wound system, it like staggers them. You get a free TCS if it does stagger them. And right now I'm using a build mainly for like the dual blades or the bow. And I'm still doing like an insane amount of damage. And they definitely did buff like the first level and second level of the first and second charges of the Greatsword for sure. And whenever I was like going through the campaign, I was literally just doing the offset attack over and over again, just like hoping and praying that I could get it off. I think I like barely even did any TCSs at all. How do we already have 2 feints? Has this guy just been dying and I haven't noticed? He's probably gonna do a tail attack or something. Yeah, there we go. And I've seen like the speedrunners play this game, like Team Darkside and everything. And of course they're obviously insane at this game. The fact that they can like line up their attacks and everything is crazy for them, I feel like. And I've seen people be using the charge blade is kind of crazy. And obviously the longsword is always insane to watch speedrunners play with. Like, every single time that I see one of those videos, it makes me want to play the weapon, or like play with the weapon, just to realize that I like absolutely suck with it. It's not even low. Anyways. I've just been having fun experiencing everything. Part of me really wishes that this was like my first Monster Hunter game. And then another part of me like is glad that I've already experienced the game before. Oh, that's big. Actually, if I can pop that wound, that'd be huge as well. Give me your arm, please. Appreciate it. And I haven't really figured out like the most optimal way to play like a lot of the weapons, so I've just been like going around doing what I think feels right, and then looking at a video later I'm like, wow, I'm playing this the wrong way. which is pretty much the average experience for me. But the Guardian Arkveld stuff is so good, because it, especially like whenever I'm playing the Greatsword and I get like those wounds that I can pop or break. I don't know what the actual term for it is, but it just, one, it's satisfying to look at. Two, it heals me. It's my favorite thing in the world right now. Poor Marshmallow. Jesus. I think there's one on his wing. Whatever that, or whatever you call these things. Let's actually go for it here. I didn't hit it at all. But I mean, if you guys want to see me do anything special with this game, just let me know. And if it's something I think is also interesting, I'll do it. But if not, then obviously I won't do it. Because I also don't want to do it stuff like that everybody else is doing already, like making guides and everything. There's way too many guides in this game. There's like no point if I make one. Or at least that's how I feel. Like, why would you watch my guide instead of somebody else's? I was like, that's a whole lot more experience with making guides and stuff that I do. Because I definitely thought about like making a Greatsword like build guide or something. Yeah, I just don't think I'd be any good at it, really, for the most part. Ah, somebody joined. I need to start making these like solo or something. Cause I mean, I like playing with other people, but I also want to play with my Palico, cause I want that achievement. I've been passively getting the achievements. But yeah, the Guardian Arkveld weapon, which is what I'm using, it's really good for the Greatsword. I don't know if it's the best one. I'm sure the artesian weapons are probably a whole lot better. But I have yet to get an actual like really good one. So I'm honestly wouldn't know. Hopefully my stamina holds up. Okay, we're fine. It's crazy. Okay. I'm just gonna keep on moving, move to its tail. Hopefully I can get a tail cut here or something. I think somebody's, what's the word? Flinched me, unfortunately. I always get hit by that. I mean, I see it coming and everything. I'm like, oh, I'll just block it. But you can't block it, so it's a little embarrassing. Alright, let's get out of the way there. I actually think that I can do that. Well, I definitely think the frame generation is pretty good with this game. Granted, you do have that input delay, but I mean, after I'm using this, or using it without, rather, I definitely feel the difference. Like, I'm fine running at 60 FPS, but like, whenever something actually happens in the game, it like tanks my FPS. Yeah, we'll just capture it then. I don't want to risk failing this quest. Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of like the scariest thing, though, is launching one of these investigations, and you fail the quest. So demoralizing. Dodge out of the way there. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, I swear. What you always want to do whenever you set a trap, I just like to sharpen my weapon or something. Because then like half the time, they start attacking me or something. And they died. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, this game's so fun. The only part that I don't really like about this game so far is the fact that it, like, whenever I try to do multiplayer stuff sometimes, the game crashes, or like, whenever you load up the game, it starts off in like a really small window for some reason, which doesn't really bother me that much, but the The game crashing whenever I'm trying to hunt with people is like so annoying. That's like really my only complaint is just the game crashing, and obviously the what's the word? Optimization for this game is not that good, which I mean, that is the main complaint in general. But I mean, besides those two things, it's really fun. Like if you have a console, you won't really run into that as much, I think. Besides maybe the not being able to connect to people online. But yeah, if you enjoy, please please subscribe to the video. What am I saying? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also let me know if like you want to see anything special with the channel, especially in terms of Wilds content. And then I'll see you guys next time.